We are live.
Raven, the GS, Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber.
Sam, the legend behind the techie.
We are live. Guys, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Raven, the GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech, and this is the Annihilation movie review requested by our Patreons.
Yo, shout out to the Patreons out there. Guys, if you want to support the Cyber Nerds, or if you just want to have us react, review, or play games with us on the live stream, if you want any of those kind of perks and abilities,
talking to us.
yeah, if you want to hang out with us on Discord for hours on end, go over to patreon.com/the-cybernerds and yeah, sign up to a tier and just get whatever you want, whatever rewards you want, just take them. Do that.
So let's dive in. Annihilation is a thriller fantasy. This is directed by Alex Garland. And the cast includes Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Gina Rodriguez, Tessa Thompson, Tuva, Novotny, Oscar Isaac. And this was released in Feb 13th, 2018 on looks like a limited theatre, but wider release was February 23rd, 2018, United States. The story goes, based off VanderMeer's best-selling Southern Reach trilogy, Annihilation stars Natalie Portman and the rest of the cast I just read. What kind of synopsis is that?
I have no idea, but you know what? I'll give you props for not messing up on Jeff's name.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bro, why are you giving him props for that?
'Cause
when he messed up on Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Natalie.
Like, that's the easiest name ever, fam.
Portman.
So what did he say?
He said Natalie. Natalie
Natalie Portman, like, I don't know.
I guess I'll take it back. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. Consistency is the key of life, you know. Joe really hates you, bro. Cause he just.
I know. Wait.
Like anything positive coming your way, man's just like, no.
Listen,
that guy.
When he earns something, I want him to really earn it, fam. Like, you're like, oh, you didn't mess up this. Yeah, but you messed up another.
I never heard the other name, but that's fine.
I did. I was listening. Don't be putting out in the universe. I hate Sam. Like, that's not real, fam. Get me.
alright, cool. So my synopsis is that alien life force crashes on Earth, causes a kind of different rift, and these scientists or different kinds of scientists go and explore into this new world.
That's a great self-made synopsis.
Thank you
Good
very
job,
much.
man. Good job.
Alright, so Joe, you want to take away the story? What do you think?
Story. I think the story's pretty interesting. Obviously, there's like an asteroid hits Earth. Just like you said, it kind of creates this area that is expanding, that in a certain amount of time would have expanded over the whole world, and everything in there is like kind of terraforming into something else. And they have to, and they keep sending in teams of people, and they never come back. But then they send this one team in, and if you watch the movie, you'll find out if someone comes back out, or if no one comes back out, or if the whole team comes back out. I think for a sci-fi movie, it's very interesting, man. It's interesting. It's a good take, man. I like it.
So,
if you was to tell me this story just off rip, I would tell you, fam, shut your mouth, like, don't watch this movie. But that is not the case once you start watching this movie. And within this story, the more I progressed throughout the movie, the more I was intrigued about the story and the abouts of this alien, which also has a lot of similarities with human beings. So obviously I don't want to give away much, but it's just one of those movies where give it a go. Like, the story is really it's really interesting, and the way it develops is really it's good. It's good.
So yeah, for a fantasy kind of story, I like it a lot because like they don't really explore what would happen if a new life force was to crash on Earth, and what the implications of that. Usually you just get a new life force, it crashes on Earth, and then you just get people and then go and investigate said body or said asteroid or whatever. But this one is actually terraforming part of the Earth, and within whatever is the area is terraforming has implications on, like I said, our DNA and the alien DNA and so on and so forth. So that kind of new world that the person's trying to write in, I was like, wow, it's actually like, it's very, very intriguing and very interesting that someone developed this kind of story, and like what can happen if said thing was to happen on Earth.
You know what captivated my interest a lot is that within the conflicts, I didn't feel there was like good and evil. Even though like there are two forces going against, like I don't feel like one force was going against the other because they didn't understand what was going on. All they was doing is like, obviously something came to Earth, it is in our duty to search, like do the research and find out exactly what's going on, especially when it's taking over our space. You know what I mean? While the other one is just being its natural form, which is what we are in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like our being. So that in itself is sick, innit? Because then it's just like, it's not just good against evil type of thing.
See, that's interesting to me you say that, innit? Because it's like, so you see this as an actual asteroid coming and hitting Earth. You're not sure if this could be an alien biological weapon that they send to destroy planets.
No, and that's the thing, and that's, you can take it two ways, but like at the same time, it's the way, like I said, and this is why it's so interesting, the way it progresses. You know what I'm saying? Because at first you think it's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Based on their studies.
Yeah, but I don't
based on they're coming about, like everything that's being discovered at the time, present.
Yeah.
And then as you move, like things, like the last thing that goes in, things become a lot bigger, and you start to understand, oh, this is more than what if Simic was.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think there's ever a definitive answer to what it is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright,
cool.
I want to leave it there.
Alright, cool.
I want to leave it there because
Cool. Alright.
So Raven, what are you saying about the acting?
You know what? Acting, I didn't feel strong about acting in this. I think it was okay across everyone. My main focus here, I feel that the acting, it was okay. It was just good acting, but it wasn't something I can say, wow, like this person, you know, like was the main, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, spotlight was on them and everything like that.
Do you know why you can't say that?
Why?
Because the acting was dead, fam. Like, for me...
And I wasn't really focused on the acting, like, because... And that's what I'm saying, like, because what they gave, man, I was like, I completely erased that. And it wasn't, like, amazing or anything like that.
For me, as a whole, I didn't feel any of the actors, I didn't believe their relationships with each other, even in some cases where it's husband and wife, or even in its cases of colleagues, lovers, whatever the relationship, I believed none of it. I'm just like, you are just two actors just saying lines in front of people. But I felt like no real emotion or weight or anything to do with the characters in the movie. And I think maybe that's what took me out a lot of the movie. And it was disappointing because obviously in this movie, you got man like Oscar Isaacs, Tessa Thompson, Natalie Portman, do you know what I'm saying? Some other good actors as well. And I'm just like, I expected way more. Even though I know this is a sci-fi movie and there's big spectacle, I just wanted more from the acting. I wasn't feeling it.
It's kind of funny how you say there was no relationship between the husband and wife, but there's a reason behind that though.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. It's not that just that's just void. There's the void between that and then the colleagues at work and then the other places. I don't know what you're... I don't want to get into the spoiler. Obviously, there's a reason the husband and wife's relationship isn't all lovey-dovey. But I'm saying, even in that turmoil, I'm not even feeling the turmoil in the relationship. Like, I don't feel like, bruv, like, obviously, there's something going on in a marriage, yeah? Which there's issues in a marriage. But even in those issues, you should still feel, oh, maybe there's some animosity. Maybe there's something here. I felt nothing. Like, I didn't even know whose side to be on in the thing, because I'm like,
You know what, yeah? With, like, by the time I was done with this movie, I felt that the focus wasn't on who's delivering the lines. I just felt the focus is just the issue that's going on. Like, that's how I came out. And maybe it could be what you're saying. Acting was dead. You know what I'm saying? But I really came out like to the point I was like, I didn't care whether the acting was good or not because of what, or maybe it was just me, just focused on, maybe that was my main interest.
Bro,
what's going on in it?
Man's watching a movie and saying his main interest is not the act. Like that's it. For me, that's a big red flag in it because
I mean, it depends. I mean, if you come across to like, okay, I'm gonna make a movie, but it's like I'm gonna make you forget like these characters.
I don't think.
Obviously, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if that's what they did. But I'm saying,
man too much credit.
No, I'm not giving. I'm not
giving man too much credit.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
I know what you're saying.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. But I'm not trying to also put out. Yeah, like that's how they tried to move anything like. But that's how I just came across.
See, one of my biggest issues with this as well is like this dude who directed this. What's his name? Alex Garland also directed Ex Machina. Yeah, which have you seen it?
Yeah.
I love that movie, fam. Like that is high level sci-fi. So I know this guy, and he's worked with Oscar Isaacs as well before. So I know he knows how to get performances out of people. So when I see this movie,
but even Oscar Isaac, he wasn't. I didn't feel he was present there at all.
And this is my point. Not just for Oscar Isaac, but across all of them, fam. I pointed him out because he's been in another movie. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's pulled out a good performance. So I don't see how he can't pull out performances from that same guy and the other members of this cast, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Sam's going to go back to, there's a reason why Oscar Isaacs didn't have a certain performance, fam. But what he's doing in the movie, I think's whack. And even the other characters, I don't believe it, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, I think this is interesting because usually I'm the whole, I want things darker. No, there was no any moments of levity in this movie at all, fam. Everything is doom, gloom, the whole way. The whole way, fam. And I'm just like, well, I wasn't going to tell one joke, fam. Like, don't even try it. No?
So now you wanted that?
It's not that I wanted it. It's just that it was very apparent that there was none of it. Like, brother, fam.
I was just like...
I'm not against jokes in movies. I'm against jokes that stand out. But then also, in the movie, where there's no jokes or any... Like, not even just a joke, but moments of levity there, I'm like... This feels like something's missing. Like, brother, I feel like legitly from the acting, there's no heart in this movie, fam. Like, it feels empty to me, fam. It feels empty to me, which is crazy with what's actually going on in the movie. The movie is about expansion and coming together or whatever high concept nonsense man thought he was doing, fam. And it's alright, go on, man. Let's move on.
I don't know.
What do you think about the acting? Sorry.
I thought the acting, the reasons or certain people were acting the way they was, you have to watch the end of the movie to understand why certain people were like that. And I can't say because that is a blatant spoiler.
Bruv, there's only one or two people.
Yeah, Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac.
Bruv,
and like I say, one person, if I say it, is a blatant spoiler, another person...
So what about the other 5 people in the cast?
Most of them are throwaway.
But
I like Jennifer, Jason's. I didn't believe her coming from the position she's from, and that kind of stuff. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Gina Rodriguez. I'm like,
I don't understand what you're saying. They're throwaway. Yeah. They're in the movie and they're acting.
Yeah, but
so you're just gonna discount everything they do.
That's not what I said.
They're throwaway.
They are throwaway.
So what does that mean?
Basically, what was in my tracks? I said that their acting isn't that great because you don't even spend enough time with them. So when the other ones going through explaining their stories and stuff, like, all right, cool, whatever. So you don't like you saying, you don't really believe in their characters or where their backgrounds are from. So whatever's happened to them, you're like, okay.
That is.
So for me, that's throwaway.
Bruv.
But then you're more invested in Oscar Isaac and Natalie Portman because of the backgrounds they kind of tell you that they're.
Bruv. I disagree because we've watched movies where we've spent less time with actors and we've believed what the story, their backstory.
So they've done it horribly in this one then.
This is all I'm saying. I don't think the acting's good. That's all I'm saying. I don't think the acting's good. And you're making excuses for the other 2 actors because of something that's going on with them, but their acting's not good either.
Oh, I thought they were okay.
Calm.
Alright. Moving on. So production wise, I'll say this is probably one of the best parts of the movie. Especially the effects. Woo! The effects of the movie, the world that they go into. Is it called the Shimmer?
Yeah.
The shimmer, the way they go into the shimmer, the way it looks. So it's like very bright, colourful, but what is actually happening in the world is completely opposite of what it's trying to portray. It's kind of mind-boggling. So it seems more about like, I'll say like death and some kind of weirdness behind it.
I think like a Kanye West album cover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be one of those.
Like a dark, twisted fantasy kind of thing.
Exactly.
And that's what was just so juxtaposed about it. I'm like, Rod, they're literally telling you this, but you're seeing this, and it really messes with your mind. And that's what I like about it the most. And it did look alive. It did look like you believe where they're going. You could just feel it. And that's what I liked about the production the most.
Tell me the thing you said about it being about. You said it looks like it's about life, but it's about death.
Yeah, like
I disagree.
The place was colourful. Like, it looks like it's flourishing and it's growing.
But it is, fam. And this is what I disagree with you. I think it's the opposite of that, fam. This is about ultimate life. Like things.
But for a new life, for us, for a human life, is death.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Right.
No. Like, they become
a part
of everything and live forever, bruv. Your individuality becomes part of everything, fam. Like, you're dying the person, but you're living through everything else, fam. So I don't think it's about death. I think it's about like ultra life. It's about that next step of evolution. Instead of just being an individual, I'm everything. I'm everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I think was going on more so in the Shimmer. But like I said, this is what I'm talking about. All this high concept stuff. Like, I feel like the movie lacks focus, and we're gonna talk about production, yeah. So visually, bangs. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's all nice. Everything looks good. You've created this world of beautiful colours and stuff, but I think it's a lack of focus. I don't think the script's good, and I just feel like, bro, it asks bare questions, gives no answers. Like, it's just, and for me, it's just all over the place, fam.
You know why that's a problem with that?
Why?
Because this is based on a trilogy of books, and I'm guessing, like you're saying, this is the first. I don't know what you're saying. Like, this is a
singular movie, fam.
Yeah, exactly. Since it's a singular movie, but since it's based on a trilogy, if they told it really badly, it's because of that.
I'm not giving man excuses. Man said he's gonna make a movie, and he made a movie, fam. Like, if you couldn't condense 3 books into one movie, don't do that.
Why?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought the production was all over the place. Also, the storytelling, what they try to do when they flash back in here, and they're trying to give us context of what happened in the past, so we can blah blah blah. I just thought, like, at times it was out of place, and I was just like, yo, fam, just put it in chronological order and let's just watch the thing happen in it. Like, it got annoying because it's like, where we was learning stuff about certain characters, and you're flashing back to something else that happened about this one. It's like, I don't even. Is this actually even relevant? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just summed this up in one sentence, fam, instead of watching a 5-minute scene of these 2 people having a conversation that I don't actually even care about. Like, that's just me anyway. Like, I weren't back in the production except for the visuals.
Only thing else for me to mention is the score, which at times was actually pretty good. But yeah, I think I agree in some of the stuff you said as well, but you're giving me something at the moment. Why are you taking me out here to show me something that's irrelevant, sort of thing. So, but visual, I think it was quite artistic, so I love it. And I loved how they mashed it up. The whole, I like the concept, and this is what I think they did well with the story. They combined well the story with the production side of visual and what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I think that was done really well. But like you said, stuff that you just mentioned weakens the movie quite a bit, because it's like, it's got nothing to do. From time you move on into that world, we should not at any point we should be seeing anything from the outside, anything to do personal life, because when we're dealing with, like you said, next evolution, who's thinking about what you did like 2 weeks ago or something? You know what I'm saying? No one. That's not believable. That's, you know, there's no credibility with that. So why he did that makes no sense to me. But sound at times was super peak, and I love the idea where when 2 came together, there was a presence of both in you know, in different forms in it, and I think that was so sick. Especially when there was one scene, it was peak. I loved it.
So one last thing on production as well. I did think the sound editing at certain points was ultra. I'm not talking about the music, the actual sound editing. Because of in the universe they do lots of mashing together of things. The sound editing gets mashed up very nicely. I'll say it's a couple ultra peak scenes. Get me?
Alright, cool. So what's your final thoughts, Joe?
My final thoughts is this is a visually stunning movie, but me personally, I wouldn't recommend it. I think you should go watch something like Ex Machina or Arrival. I think they handle the same kind of stuff way better, and you'll get more out of it.
Raven?
Well, it's one of those movies where, like I explained at the beginning, like you have to. Me personally, it drew me in as I went on. He drew me more and more, and I actually enjoyed watching this movie for what it is. I don't think I've ever come across any concept like such concept, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie too. I like the story. Like I said, the more it progressed, the more you're seeing of the world, what's happening, the way it just expands on everything. Like I enjoyed it a lot, and just the ending as well. It's like, ooh, what's to come next now? It's a bit crazy. So,
I think with if they are to make a next movie, the way they left it, it would have to be really, really sick. Because otherwise, leave it there.
Bro.
Don't progress it more. Leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Because then like, to me, just leave it there. But if you are to carry on this, don't be now like in the form of like the way they were now. It would have to be like almost like a internet sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, like how broadband moves, like.
oh, okay.
Like, you'd have to, like, transcend in a different way this time around. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about evolution. Because obviously, they became, before when they were mashing up, they became something bigger. Now, it finished completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like, the form's the way they finished. So, if you are going to do it, the next one, you have to come a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So, you really, if not, just allow it.
I think the end of this movie is a cop-out, fam. It's just a cop-out. It's like, let me just give you no answer and you can figure it out for yourself. But not done in a good way, like Inception, where the thing's spinning. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I thought. Like, I was just disappointed, fam. Like,
that was a shame. But the official TCN rating for this movie is a 3 out of 5 sofas. It's legit. One person disagrees, but as a collective, that's what it comes out as. Let us know in the comments down below, what do you think of Annihilation? Did you like it? Do you not like it? 5 sofas? 1 sofas? We want to know. Thank you, patrons, for requesting this movie review. Make sure you go to patreon.com/thesubminners and request another movie. We want to know what you want us to watch, and we'll review it. I'm sorry, Mr. Blitztech.
And I'm Revenue GS.
I'm Joe, one further the Cyber Nerds.
And we'll see you on the next movie review, trailer reaction, all them things there. Peace.
Did they say all them things there in Wellingborough?
Starting to, unfortunately.
Okay.
So.
Well, did you just
That's
like
it.
did you just introduce that word out
He sent
there?
the
Yeah, I
Urban
did.
Dictionary to Wellingborough.
That's it. It's like
Alright,
Braden.
madness.
Wildfire. You know this is the #1 place for nerdy content. Where did you go? It's the Cyberminutes. Guys, we've got plenty of videos, plenty of reactions, plenty of Pokemons. Thank you very much. And hang around, enjoy yourselves, plenty of videos. I don't know what this guy is doing right now. What are you doing, Charmander?